SEO right, best practices, commitment to the process, doing things in a very ethical way, kind of leads into this next one a little bit, perhaps not too much, but can SEO be automated? So that could be kind of a dicey subject because I feel like in some ways, yes, but I really wonder about, the cost kind of benefit side of it. So what is your take on that, Sarah?
To a degree, yes. I would say the analysis portion can be automated to some degree using things like analytics or SEMRush in certain ways. You can start seeing where you need to craft different areas of SEO and analyzing which direction to take it. But actually, when it comes down to creating those good SEO aspects, there really needs to be that human focus. I mean, there are even AI programs out there that'll help write image titles and help you come up with different ways to write different things, or even just writing content. But if you look back at our chat with content specialist Jessica Olma, she mentioned that AI content, it's always going to sound like a computer wrote it, and it's always going to need that human intervention to get it really good and improve the readability. So yes, there are tools and other things to help you build up your SEO. And those can be automated when it comes down to actually crafting it and creating your own voice and just really creating the readability and that human element. That does need to be done by a live person.
Right. The human communication can only be done by a human.
Yes.
I think it kind of lies a misunderstanding on some level for a lot of people out there, like what AI is, because AI is one of these newest buzzwords, right? Not from a standpoint of like, oh, there's really nothing out there, but what is actually AI? I think there needs to be a different term for it, because what we really have is machine learning nowadays, and I would call that IH, an inexhaustible helper. I just came up with that. I'm going to trademark that. So an inexhaustible helper. So machine learning is essentially, hey, I want this machine to learn how to bake a cake. There's like a really funny video at this. Maybe we'll share the link, but essentially, I think it was an SNL Saturday Night Live sketch, but essentially, trying to have a machine learn how to bake a cake. And it'll go through like 30 million iterations trying to do it. Like when I crack the egg, do I do it on the bowl or do I do it on the counter? Oh, made a mess. Do it on the bowl, but it takes you like 2 million ways to get there, right? We can do that with computers because computers just don't get tired. They don't give up. And so, a lot of these tools that are generating stuff, you have these, it's funny, you see these captchas out there on websites, Google and other software applications are using things like that to harvest human activity, to give insight into what a thing is. There's games out there that allow you to look at human cells or scientific experience on cells. And it's like, hey, can you spot the thing in here, which is the nucleus of the cell or whatever, as part of that game? Yeah, you get some points. They're getting people's effort. Now, the computer crunches all this data and then comes up with something that looks like, hey, the AI figured it out, but really it's just it didn't give up. But, is that going to pan out for human language? I tell you, the day that, it seems like 100% of the time Google Translate can just be used for everything, like Google Translate, little plugin on your website, instead of having people translate the content to a different language. As soon as we're there, I'll feel like, maybe that can be applied to SEO automation, because I tell you, human to computer communication is a different language. So essentially that is translation. The computer, the machine learning, the AI, as it were, is trying to understand what the human means without actually speaking the language itself. So when Google Translate's there, I think SEO could be after, but I don't think that's going to be for a while. That's
I don't converse with computers.
No.
There's so many idiosyncrasies in human language and different colloquialisms you use, and it varies from person to person. So yeah, I think we're definitely a long way off, and that's a good thing.
But we're not obsolete yet.
It's good for digital marketers. No, it is. But, it's good for people also who want to have great results for their SEO. So that would be an interesting digital strategy to have 3 years from now, after Skynet goes online and we're in the apocalypse. Who knew? They wouldn't get us with guns. They'd get us with SEO. It's like, how do I get to safety in the robot overlord apocalypse? Just go right here, humans. You can trust us. Anyway.
Hi, this is Sarah from Denver Data Web. Thanks for watching. Please like our video and subscribe for future digital strategy chats. You can also visit our website at denverdata.com or find us on social media at Denver Data Web.